Well, a new report from realestate.com.au reveals more than a third of Aussies have no interest in getting to know people next door, and 1 in 5 Australians have had a dispute with a neighbour. Let's go head-to-head with close neighbours, Shelly Horton and Sandy Ray. Hey, guys.
Hello.
Hey, Carl. Hi, Shelly.
Okay, ladies, Shelly, do you love thy neighbour?
I certainly do. So I've lived in Sydney now for about 20 years and I didn't know my neighbours for years and years and years until we got a dog. And that is such a bonding thing. So now I know that my neighbour Ian, his dog is called Fergus. I know my other neighbours, Michelle and Dave, because their dog is Handsome Bob. So I found that that was the thing that brought us together. We were chatting to each other about the dogs and we've become friends.
Okay, and if your neighbour doesn't have a dog, then you become enemies?
Absolutely, I hate them.
Sandy, should neighbours be friends?
Oh, look, there's a lot of research to support neighbours being friends is really good for both your psychological and emotional health. But I think the roller door actually has a lot to answer for. The fact that you roll in, close the door, get out your car and never mix with anybody, to your detriment.
Yeah, well, what about if you don't want to have anything to do with your neighbours? Just because you live next door doesn't mean you have to be in each other's pocket.
Yeah, and the research is really saying that what we're actually striving for now actually is autonomy and privacy. But social connectedness is really important for our emotional and physical health.
I look at my parents, like we grew up in country Queensland and so everyone knew everyone and I kind of balked against that for a while, but now I miss that sense of community. Yeah. And so I think that's how you can get some of that sense of community is by getting to know your neighbours.
Okay, what about if they peer over your fence every now and then?
I hate that when I'm naked, seriously, it's a real turn.
So does Dickie when he's cleaning the pool.
Got that long brush hanging out, you know how it goes.
Oh, hang on.
Oh, stop it. Did I go too far?
Yeah, too far.
Sandy,
Too far.
Okay.
you always go too far.
Sorry.
That's why we
Hey,
love you, Sandy.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, moving on, in a world where body image is everything, are we forgetting to work out for our most important asset of all, our brains? Sydney psychologist Dr. Amit Lampert warns we're spending far too much time buffing up our bodies and not enough time exercising the good old grey matter. Sandy, this is your forehand. Mind or muscle?
Exactly, right up my alley. You know, psychological health, you know, the brain drives every part of our body. The brain drives our physical health. It, you know, increases our ability to be flexible, to be adaptive, to self-soothe and regulate our emotions. It increases our ability to resist disease, affects our immune system. There is so much value in really looking after how do we care for our brain and our mental and emotional well-being.
How do you do that, Sandy?
Well, you do it by actually having experiences, reflecting on those experiences, having insight and saying, this is the ebb and flow of life. What have I learned from what I've just gone through? How can I adapt it? How can I incorporate it into my life? And not being stuck in experiences from the past.
Shelley, brawn or brains?
Seriously, I look pretty. I don't need to be smart. No, I'm actually worried. I am worried. I'm getting dumber and I blame technology because there's no way I go to a restaurant and don't use like a bill splitting app or a calculator. I record everything in my phone for a shopping list. I don't try and use my memory. I don't do Sudoku. I'm actually worried that I'm just going to become a vegetable state
No,
soon.
but you're on head-to-head every morning, Shelley, so that's okay. They'll do it.
And this morning you're live from the newsroom, which gives you all sorts of credibility.
I am taking over Channel 9, just letting you know you heard it first here.
Oh, this is National 9 News with Shelly Horton.
Serious stuff.
Thank you, ladies. Great to talk to you.
Thanks,
Thank
Carl.
you.
Bye, Shelley.
A life-changing transformation up next.